Hi guys, welcome to our daily encounter. In 2 Peter chapter 1, the Apostle Peter is reminding his audience of certain things, particularly things in connection to what type of character they should have and the type of things that they should have working together in their life, in their spiritual life. And he is basically reminding them of the way that they ought to live. And he states very plainly that he's not ashamed of the fact that he's reminding them of things that they already know. In verse 12, it says, "Therefore I will always be ready to remind you of these things, even though you already know them and have been established in the truth which is present with you." And so he says basically, I'm more than willing to remind you of these things, even though you already know them, even though the truth is present with you. And that's a good thing. And it is very beneficial for us in the spiritual life to be reminded of certain things. Sometimes we might think that something is only valuable, a teaching is only valuable if it's something new, something novel, something we haven't heard before. And perhaps we're always searching for things new and things that are exciting and different. But there is some value also in things that we already know, but being reminded of. And the Apostle Peter brings that out. And I think that becomes very significant for us who are participating in this group, because this group really is primarily about being reminded. Going through a daily reading in which day after day we are being constantly reminded of what truly matters. Being reminded of spiritual truths that perhaps we already know, we've already been taught, but we are able to be reminded of those things and use those things to help us to continue down the path that the Lord has brought us down. And that there's a lot of benefit to that. And as we get to the close of the year, many of you will have read through the Bible through the year. Even if you haven't this year, maybe in previous years, you've read through the Bible from Genesis to Revelation. You've read the whole Bible. And the temptation would be, well, I've already read through the whole Bible. Why would I go read through it again? And what's the benefit in it? I've already been there, done that. Now I'll move on to other things. But as we've tried to emphasize in this group, really this group isn't just about getting through the Bible and being able to say that you've read through the Bible. It's all about daily being reminded of spiritual truths. And it's all about getting back to God's Word and allowing God's Word to be in us each and every day. And so there's a lot of benefit to that. Spiritually speaking, oftentimes we are very forgetful. It's not that we don't know certain things, but we don't really call to remembrance certain things. And going back to God's Word and being daily reminded of the truths of God's Word helps bring everything to the forefront of our minds and helps us to navigate through this world and to reprioritize and keep things in the right priority as we engage in different activities and engage in different conversations and things along those lines. So let's never be impatient or become indifferent to being able to be reminded of things that even perhaps we already know. And yes, dig deeper, try to learn new things. The Hebrew writer taught us to move on from elementary things, but at the same time not to forget the elementary things, not to forget other things as we are moving forward and learning new things. It can be very beneficial to us in our spiritual life. So as we move forward, as we get to the close of the year, let's remember to continue diligently getting into God's Word, continue to allow it to remind us of what is truly meaningful and what is truly our purpose for being here on this earth, and to encourage us to continue on down this Christian walk that we are engaged in so that we can live a life more pleasing to the Lord. So with that, guys, I do thank you for watching the video today. Hope you guys have a great day. Love you guys. God bless.